Hey guys, Tomboy61, and today we are taking a look at the Saipan, the all-new Bureau Project Tier 7 Premium Aircraft Carrier. Yeah, that's a lot of adjectives. So Saipan, it's an American aircraft carrier, the first premium Tier 7 one for the Americans. Its weird quirk or feature is the Americans have developed duplicating technology. What would usually drop one bomb or one torpedo now drops two bombs or two torpedoes. And I think that's the best way to describe this ship. Instead of spreading what would usually be somewhere in the realm of Lexington damage, not in the HE bombs, but in the torps, instead of spreading that damage over a singular torpedo, you're spreading it over two, which is a good thing or a bad thing. Personally, I think it's a good thing because it makes hitting things easier. So I have been enjoying the Saipan a little. I don't know if it's going to become my favorite of the Tier 7 aircraft carriers, but it is one to enjoy. As far as reviews go, I'm not going to be doing too much of an in-depth review on Saipan. One, I am not a person who plays aircraft carriers enough to give, to give definitive reviews. Two, I don't think the majority of the player base plays them enough to where it really matters. So I'll go ahead and kind of stick up this game so you guys can see what it can do, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions we have. One quirk or feature of Saipan that I didn't really anticipate is the fact that it does not have any secondaries. So to those destroyers out there, if you want to rush a Saipan and you are on low health, you need not worry, because for some reason it doesn't have a single secondary armament. I learned that the hard way when I was like, oh man, perfect. I got this destroyer charging at me. I hit him with a torpedo. He has like a slither of health left, and then he comes in for close range. I'm like, oh, why am I not doing damage? Oh, there's just no secondary batteries on this thing. Anyways, we went ahead and dropped that first set of bombs there. As far as durability of the planes, it's okay. Depending on how fierce the AA is, you may get a singular drop or you may get two drops in. I've been seeing kind of mixed results. Really, it's a mixture of these things, but you do kind of just want to be aware of it. As far as the torpedo speeds and everything goes, I really do enjoy the torpedoes. I think they're the highlight of this ship. Very easy to lead, kind of consistent. The one bad thing about them is that if you saw right there, they do kind of spread in two different gaps, so you can very easily usually split the middle on these torpedoes. The nice thing about these torpedo bombers is, one, fun fact, with a full squadron, you have the most alpha potential of any aircraft carrier with your torpedoes, so the torpedoes are a huge damage dealer. And two, because they spread so well, and there is 4 of those torpedoes, this ship is wonderful for going after ships in smoke, because you can just blind drop torpedoes and you can get those kind of weird angles to come in and hit other ships. I found a ton of success with being able to blind drop the torpedoes, much like kind of how the Russian aircraft carriers have a very good kind of drop rate or hit rate when it comes to blind firing smoke. If you have an idea of where someone is, you can do fairly well with being able to put it to blind fire into smoke and get the hits. Asashio right here, he's kind of standing still. We're gonna go ahead and line up the bomb drops, and we're not expecting to get much here, but surprise, surprise, we get one hit on the Asashio here, and we're gonna go ahead and just keep him spotted. Enemy team, we've only taken C. We have gone ahead and cleared A, and it looks like this Asashio is the only one kind of heading over here, so we're going to go ahead and harass him. And this is one of the nice things about Saipan is, like I said, because we've split that damage of the bombs over multiple bombs, we are I would say we are getting a way better hit rate than we usually would if we were in something like Lexington on these planes. Usually it is exceedingly difficult to hit some destroyers with the American dive bombers, especially when there's only 2 of those bombs. Saipan, the drop window, you are still really, really high up, so you have to lead ships incredibly far with the HE bombs. Just something you need to be aware of. But having the four drops does definitely help. So we've gone ahead, set our autopilot over for A, kind of keeping an eye on B, because we know if we can go ahead and capture B, we can at least, we are gaining right now, but our team isn't looking too healthy out on that other side. But we're just going to go ahead and continue to try to harass this Asashio. This is just showing off. You really can just drop nice and close to enemy things, and we see where that natural split kind of comes from the torpedoes. But we can just go ahead and repeatedly just kind of turn and drop more torpedoes. Just kind of try to get it. Sashio pops up with 0 health there. He ends up going down. We're like, okay, B's clear. Let's go ahead and just kind of nestle behind here. Speed, concealment of Saipan is okay, 33 knots, which I think it puts it in the upper tiers of aircraft carrier speed, but like you're talking, like I think the lowest is like 30-ish knots, so this being at 33 isn't exceptionally great. And concealment, you're looking at about 10.2 kilometers of concealment, also kind of middle of the road. We do have this Lexington just sitting here nice and standing still, so we're going to go ahead and make a drop. Once again, torpedoes can do a ton of damage on this ship. We have the Lexington spotted. We'll go ahead, wait for it to line up perfectly within the aim indicator and drop off. And we'll go ahead and start kind of trying to harass that C flank out there, because teams are almost kind of evenly matched right now, and we don't really want to lose it. We end up hitting all 4 torpedoes for I think like about 20,000 damage, which is a good chunk of damage taken out of him. As far as, do I recommend getting Saipan? It's in the bureau. It's free to research. If I had to choose between this and Kaga, I think I would go Kaga before I would go Saipan. But more importantly, just start researching Des Moines or Minotaur if you don't have those already. These ships are nice to have, and I'm glad they are introducing them this way. I just think that there are better uses for your time anyways. Scharnhorst goes ahead and beaches himself right here, doing us a couple of favors. We'll go ahead and make the drop on him. And we get all 4 hits for another, 10,000 damage and 2 fires. Fire chance on the ship does a fairly well, and we'll go ahead and also finish off this Lexington right here, because he's coming right towards our bombers. And you just got that beautiful, beautiful flight deck to just abuse as far as damage goes. We go ahead and knock out the Lexington, which is exactly what we want to do. And now we're kind of just taking out the rest of the enemy ships. So yeah, like I said, Saipan, it's an okay aircraft carrier. I think it's in the upper, it's middle of the road, but it's the upper middle of the road, if that makes sense. Not going to be the best one, but one that is unique, and I feel like is a definitely ease of use upgrade compared to some of the other ships, especially with the amount of torps. The hit rate on those torps is just really nice to have, because you are able just to drop torps. The speed on them is nice. It's not like weird like the like any of the other ships. Like the speed on them is good. You understand how to lead. It is a solid all-arounder. I think just the thing you have to be aware of is these planes are not very durable. You do only have 12 of each, which is just 2 flights. You do need to be cautious and start managing your planes, because if you don't manage your planes, you can easily get deplaned in Saipan. It is something that I've nearly done a couple of times, especially if you start out and you're playing reckless. It is one of those ships where you want to sometimes do that early drop just so that you are saving those aircraft, because the aircraft restoration time is over a minute. So you're getting 1 every minute. there's only, what, 15 minutes in a match, so you're only really able to regenerate a couple of squadrons over the course of the match. So losing aircraft can be absolutely detrimental to Saipan, and it's just something you want to keep an eye out for, because if you're being reckless, you can absolutely end your game and just have nothing to do. So Fletcher ends up popping out of smoke. We blind fired that smoke that other time. Oh, one other thing, the torpedoes. We haven't seen any floods in this match, but I swear to you, Saipan must have some sort of tweak to its flood ratio, because it does usually generate a couple more floods than I'm used to when it comes to aircraft torpedoes. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the game. If you liked the video, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.